champion to play.
Well, I feel like you made the pick and ban phase a little bit easier for Giants. There are still a lot of good picks open though, like this bad boy, who we absolutely love to see as a first pick. Good support pick, fantastic top lane at the moment. Little trick for solo queue. He's a good jungler as well.
Flex all over the place if you unbench the Kench.
Faker plays AP Tahm Kench mid lane.
Okay, so if we are Giants, what do they play? Ryze is not available. Corki could be a safe pick, played twice by RG,
Yeah.
also a flex.
Lissandra is open. I really like Lissandra as an early pick. Seems like Giants though have followed. I mean, this is the thing, when you start getting some of these target bans like Fiora and Alistar coming in, even though, okay, Fiora is a fairly standard ban, but still it tends to open up for a lot of all of these top tier picks we normally see, and obviously Graves is one of them. Tahm Kench. Don't think you have to early pick the Trundle here. I would probably prefer the Lissandra, but again, it depends on each individual team what you like to play.
Now, take a look at the players. Where are you anticipating this Trundle and Graves to go? Trundle support, we know Godfrey's already run that, but will Ku or Atom get their hands on Graves? Maybe. We'll see how the rest of pick and bans come for elements and they can still opt in.
Hey, that's the beauty of flex picking, but I think Trundle is better as a support, so I would expect Godfrey to take it. Also, in case Tahm Kench goes down to the bottom lane, Trundle does often really well into these melee supports. Not enough to like completely dominate the lane, but still. I think also it's just Giants saying we need something to deal with the potential full tank Tahm Kench. We want the Trundle ulti. So we don't want to risk elements going Tahm Kench Trundle in the first two rotations, and therefore leaving Giants with no tools to really kill a big tank. That seems to be the plan for them. And again, Lissandra is still open. She's good into Kalista if they want to pick it for that top lane and just constantly push in the Tahm Kench or for the mid lane.
And has been played by Atom in the top lane as well. Relatively good performance.
Yeah,
Amazing,
I liked it.
But showed that he's got some mastery over the champion. Peppy, quite a concerned look on his face, to be honest, as he's chatting away to the rest of the squad. And I spoke a little bit to their manager, and he was talking about how the team is continuing to develop their synergy. Now they're predominantly not Spanish anymore. And it's continuing to adjust. So, Victor, blind on red side.
Okay, again, they're not really hiding a whole lot with these two picks, because we know it's Victor mid, so we know it's Ezreal AD carry. Ica is a guy who used to play some assassins. I like some of these picks, like a LeBlanc into Victor. And Ahri potentially as well. It gives you a lot of pressure around this mid lane, especially with an Elise jungle who can set up the gank so effectively. Because obviously Victor will be a low mobility champion. So Giants are not hiding anything. I really think they should at least save the blind pick for Xpepi. Clearly they want it for top lane, and this is what happens if you don't value a pick like Lissandra very highly, because that could have been locked in here, and you could then save both top and mid lane counter pick and just move Lissandra to your lane for your last one. But instead, you take now a clear-cut mid lane pick, so you don't really hide anything. You give elements a chance now to counter pick mid, which is very surprising.
Let's see, what do elements decide to lock in?
Okay.
It looks like they're Morgana. So Morgana mid, we're seeing it played around the world a little more frequently these days. I think it was actually played in the LCK this morning as well.
Top lane as well for Trace.
Top lane, and Rekkles going to be running that in Thresh in support. So quite a reactive comp. They have the ability to have picks, and they have the ability to peel and fall backwards. So
yeah,
options here for the Element squad.
Low engage from the team. A bit of an odd siege comp in a sense. Like Morgana Elise is normally a fantastic siege combination, but Kalista is one of their weaker siege AD carries. Very risky for her to stand and start hitting the turrets. Doesn't really offer that much poke other than just a Q coming in. To me, it's more of a pick combination.
Yeah.
From elements right here. A lot of single target focus, Cocoon, Binding, Hook. Like that's 3 times CC on one guy. Add in a Tahm Kench who gets time to add stacks and devour you. Like you can be stunned like probably for like 8, 7, or 8, 9 seconds with this. And then Kalista just sits there and spams spears on you. So it is very much a single target combination in terms of comp, in terms of their overall damage. Only AoE is gonna be like the ulti from Ica.
Yeah, not a lot of wave clear either on the side of elements, so it'll be very reliant on that pull from Morg.
Basically,
but that's
Morgana.
really it.
That's basically
That's really it. W and, you know, otherwise you're getting auto attack range. And the last pick here for Giants is Atom blocking in the Shen. So fairly defensive top laner here, reactive when you consider the Graves going jump.
It is a fairly slow scaling comp from Giants. The only early game they really have is the Graves Shen together. especially the Graves, is insane. Like, he has the highest burst of any jungler if you're fighting in the jungle where the walls are, and he can double proc end of the line. If he gets caught out by an Elise, though, it can still go really wrong for him. And Graves is not the strongest ganker.
Luckily,
For that, also because, again, you need these walls around you, so unless you can taunt them top lane near a wall, and then you can burst them. But it's difficult to set up compared to what Elise can do.
so we'll need to see how Ku handles himself with this Graves. First time that he's going to be running it, 4th different champion in 4 different games. Elements or Giants? Will Giants pick up their first win of the spring split? Let us know, hashtag GIA win. Or will Elements go 3-1? Continue to look like a middle of the table squad. Hashtag EL win. Let's jump onto Twitter and let us know. It's game 2, day 2, week 2. And we're finally getting into the rift. I want to keep my eyes on Ku's Graves and see whether or not he can do battle with Gilius's Elise.
Yeah, there's a lot of things to look at here, Trevor. Because normally when we see a pick like Victor at the moment, it's often with a scaling top laner who can be a bit of a split pusher, and you have like a 1-4 setup. So one guy split pushing on his own, and then 4 members who are strong together, trying to be stronger than the other 4 guys from the other team. But in this case here, it's a Shen. And obviously Shen's scaling is not very great. Good base damage in the early game, he just becomes a pure tank late. Does have double TP on the side of Elements as well to deal with him, so Giants to me are running a comp where a lot of it is around Ku in the early game with his damage. I don't think Ezreal Trundle is a super strong 2v2 lane. It's a lot weaker than Thresh Kalista at least. Also, Tahm Kench does really well into a lot of these melee matchups up top because she's just so annoying to deal with.
Sticks to you forever, right?
Forever, man, and you just never get away.
Nothing
Keeps
you can
licking
do.
you.
He licks you, he sticks you.
Minions
First damage already secured here by Peppy. I think it's quite good that Peppy's got good wave clear and good scaling on this Victor, because he is so crucial to Giant success. Both last year and this year. His Vel'Koz surprised me last week.
The pick or the way he played it?
Both.
Okay.
But
I think he had a few good lasers here and there, but as a team, Giants didn't know how to use the Vel'Koz, which was a big concern. And obviously Morgana, we can talk about her. She's the new one. In the mid lane here, we see her more and more as a support as well. Black Shield is super strong against these compositions, which often only have like one main engage. Also Thunderlords procs on Tormented Soil, so you can get some good trades early on.
I mean, I think we could be in, unless people get caught by CC, we could be in for quite a slow game here.
This should be a long one.
Black Shield is going to block the Shen taunt.
Yep.
On the assumption that Ica can find his target. And really, that's all Giants have got going for them. Unless they can flank and catch Elements out of position with, you know, good burst from Graves, Victor is. But they can chunk people down.
This is the thing again, because you don't have a scaling split push on the side of Giants, you're basically just relying on scaling up Victor and Ezreal to be your big carries in the late game, and then we know Graves can go like more of Memorials, he can go Sterix Gage, and he becomes a bruiser tank as well. So like, you really want to just scale up as Giants. And because Elements doesn't have like a pure siege comp in any way, they don't really have any hard engage either, we're gonna have a lot of moments or situations where waves will be pushed up to tower, Giants will wave clear it, then Elements will fan out in every lane with double teleport again, push in the lanes, and Giants will keep wave clearing. So Giants will often be very reactive in this game, and Elements will have to pull the trigger, but that was what they struggled to do in every other game because they weren't very good at being the active team. They kind of needed to wait.
Let's take a look if those 2 teleports for Elements will help out. A lot of Thunderlords across the board, with the exception of obviously Fervor of Battle on Kalista, which is the standard on 6.1 as far as I can see in the LCS. And it looks like both teams are going to be trading towers here. There's no contest. Gilius has actually moved in to take the Gromp. It looked to me like he was going to go into lane. But not the case, and Ku just finishes clearing off the top half of the jungle. So both teams agree. You have one half of the map, we'll have the other. And they're just trading camps and towers. Atom gets the gold for Giants, and I want to see who gets it for Elements.
Should do the same, just give it over to Steve. Back in Season 5. Oh, let's talk about that after, because mid lane, Peppy does have cleanse.
Flash available, going to be hiding in that gravity field. Gilius got an auto attack down and is still holding on to the cocoon. Manages to curve the bullet, but the Dark Binding will only find Godfred, and it's not the most exciting of ganks, but a little bit of damage down and everyone walks away.
So it looks like Elements didn't manage to bounce a wave down the bottom side unless somebody... No, it's a ward they had in lane that looked like a minion to me. So never mind, Steve gets to do his job. I'm like, why is the minion wave up there already? But basically, back in Season 5, we saw teams trade gold between AD carry and top lane when the tower went down, because you could then go back with 875 and get a pickaxe. But because right now you can just get long swords on something like Kalista, you want to get Tion and Ezreal, it's not really worth it to do that anymore. Just give the full gold over to your top laner. He's the guy who's getting stuff for CS, obviously. And having a strong top laner is still super, super important, because he can sit on his own while the rest of your team is running around doing things. And if your top lane is stronger than the other, you will have full control in that lane for the entire game. And that's obviously what both teams are looking for. I give it to Steve late game though on this time 10.
So late game is what we're looking for if neither team make big mistakes. Trade of position, Elements are going to get the advantage. Should take this tower down uncontested from Giants.
This has been a problem for Giants. Step 1 of the lane swap is easy enough. Go 3-man up and fast push in the tower. That's hard to mess up. Step 2, however, is where a lot of teams tend to have issues. And now Giants are super far behind on the push. Because basically what they did, they only sent Atri bot lane at first, and he just slowly started pushing it out. While Adam was running, coming from mid lane and top lane, Godfrey were running from mid lane. So they joined in really late to push in the wave. And obviously when the tower goes down now, you want to again give it to your top laner and give him some time to farm before the enemy dual lane shows up. That gets delayed for Giants because they get the tower fairly late. Rekkles will get the tower up here, and now Elements can decide where do we send our lanes, because we are quicker.
Yeah, Elements one step ahead. Steve is already in position in the top lane, and the rest of Giants are starting to back away.
And we just saw Elements give the full goal to Rekkles. Steve was up there because he wants to stay in the lane and get the wave bounced, pushing in towards him to deny farm, potentially from Adam if he goes top, and make him overextend. But they gave all the gold to Rekkles, so he had enough to get a bow, get some more attack speed. And I'm gonna see Elements play around this 2v2 lane now. Kalista, Thresh, give full gold to Mr. Rekkles when tower goes down. I mean, they're just telling me, big sign they're holding up, saying, we want to play around Mr. Rekkles at the moment.
Well, I thought they said that at the beginning of the split.
Well, they're saying it again.
Now they're saying it in-game. There's some pretty good wards from Giants in the jungle of Elements. The Elements pink ward is just out of range of that Raptor camp green, or invisible ward rather, as you can see on the screen. So some advantage to Giants in terms of information. It's not going to cost them or gain them anything yet. And we see Sprytle and Mr. Rekkles pushing quite aggressively in this bottom lane. They do have Gilius coming from the river though.
Yeah, and because Elements had a good bounce up top lane where they allowed all the minions to die, so started pushing towards them, Giants had to send Atri up there. You always want to send your AD carry to the lane where the wave is pushing away, because he's the stronger guy at the moment. And you want your top laner who's been denied farm to catch the wave coming towards him, so you make sure he gets some CS. It does mean Elements are making the correct move. We have a stronger bottom side now with Kalista Thresh against the poor little Shen and whatever backup he can get. So push it up and then walk into the enemy jungle. Take the buffs, take the camps, place a few wards. Basically say this is no longer yours, because we're stronger on this side of the map. Atri can't do anything top at the moment. He's just going to give a lot of farm over to Tahm Kench, and that's about it. So Giants are not really gaining anything at the moment, while Elements gave control and a blue buff, and maybe get some damage on tower as well.
And again, this all stems from the fact that Elements got to that top tower about 40 seconds quicker than Giants. They pushed themselves down, they got into a position where they could siege. Now there is some contest from Giants. Skrottle winds up against it and finds Ku just around the corner. A two-man play, and the Thunder Lord's proc.
Big
Get some damage on Giants, but nothing more than that.
So Gilius gets out, barely took any damage. He can just go back to farming, and he doesn't even have to recall yet, because Adam just missed the taunt. I'm not sure if the pillar moved him a little bit, and that's what happened. But now again you get this issue for Giants where you're just trading experience and farm with the enemy top lane and with your AD carry. Obviously Ezreal wants to scale up, stack the tier, yada yada yada. But Tahm Kench is getting what he wants. And his tower didn't even take any damage.
So Gilius is just walked in range of a pink ward. That has been there for about 2 or 3 minutes. We'll see how quickly Elements can find it, or how long it will survive. It's becoming more and more of a mini-game as we continue to watch 6.1.
It's there so often.
I know.
I just need to see a team always reminding each other, being like, guys. They had control on the bottom side before. There's a good chance it's there, and you just go in and check, and it's done.
Talking about those pink wards, triggers,
and you forget it.
casters.
You forget it. I mean, it's so easy for us. Again, we can see the pink board right there. We're like, oh, look how easy it is. The board is placed. But as a team, again, you're talking about so many different things about, you know, how does your hair look today? What are you going to get for dinner? And then
You say that as a joke, actually.
you do talk about that kind of stuff.
The pre-game here in the studio, sometimes teams come out and have like a Q&A with the guys in-house. And one of the questions from one of the fans today was to Peppy asking for some advice on how he keeps his hair. So lovely. So props for that one. Peppy said find a makeup artist.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Wondering.
It's kind of cheating a little bit.
Oh, was that stolen?
Uh-huh.
Cool, collateral damage. Woo! I agree. Golf claps all round. 2 Sentinels secured, but this is exactly what we expected. Both teams...
Him stealing the booba?
No, both teams scaling, both teams taking their time, getting to those item breakpoints, and then looking for the taunt, the flank, if you're Giants, or the skill shot to land, if you're Elements.
Well, if you're Elements right now, what you're hoping is actually to get Kalista Thresh against the enemy AD carry. Because then you can push him all the way down to his tower, and you can rotate to the mid lane, and you can start putting pressure in that tier 1 in the mid lane. It's difficult for you to do right now, because Giants are trying to mirror exactly the same. So you just end up trading, but you have the Kalista Thresh, you have the power, so you want to be the one in control, gaining more than the enemy, but right now, they're just kind of mirroring each other. We see the 2 junglers are joining in the dual lanes, and they're just going to push in on the tier 2 tower. So basically, this is good for Giants, you trade and you scale.
Luckily for Giants, they've got Victor if that mid lane pressure comes down, so he can
that is one of the problems.
try wave clear. So Elements decide they will look top. This time, they are the ones a little bit late, so it's actually Giants with a 3-man push. They get an inner turret before Elements have started the top. Now, it looks like Giants are going to find some resistance. Steve will start to defend as best he can. This is going to be a difficult defense. Look, Ica was roaming from the mid lane, and all of a sudden, Giants are now knocking on the mid-outer turret. So it's Giants with all the map pressure.
Yeah, I really like this play from Giants, saying, again, we can't really keep defending against Kalista Thresh, so we just leave them and we just take something on the other side of the map. Graves as well is really quickly, he's very quick at killing these towers, because again, the shotgun, multiple bullets on a big wall, apparently kills it. But that's how it works. And he's very good at that. So props to Giants, making a good move here, getting a tower. Doesn't really matter that their inhib turret took some damage, it will heal back up anyway, and we're only 11 minutes into it.
In the game.
You're not going to walk down and kill it, but it does mean you have dragon control, so Giants are getting quite some good stuff. Peppy in the mid lane has just been farming, just been doing his job. You don't really need to do anything else. Sparkle is walking in alone right now. What are you doing, friend?
So much trouble. Let's take a look. Sparkle is just going to flash over the wall. Nobody follows. The rest of Elements are grouped around the middle lane. Stand United is available for Atom. Godfred, he's now the one that's a threat, especially because he's been caught by the Dark Binding. Death Sentence pulls him backward. Stand United is being channeled, and nobody's down yet. Who's moving forward? Collateral damage is ready, and Atom has now joined the rest of the team. Ooh. We have a 5-on-4. Mr. Rawls is nowhere near.
Get a taste of what Elements can do with the comp. We talked about the pick potential, binding into Cocoon, into Hook, into Tahm Kench, all that kind of stuff. Not enough. They get Shen ulti though, that's big. Put Tahm Kench on the top side now against Shen 1v1. Have Kalista Thresh play the bottom side, or at least Kalista against the Ezreal. Thresh can sit mid and roam with Elise, and then suddenly you can put pressure on multiple lanes if you're Elements. So they have to set up now. Just want to see Steve sit on top side against the Shen.
Let's see if they put themselves in that position. Mr. Rawls has got a very big CS advantage. He's grown that to 20. Already, even in the middle lane, has been even all of the game. So this is one of Ica's better performing matchups, and they've actually given the Rift Herald over to Steve, so he's going to continue to apply pressure on Atom. Did he pick it up?
Yeah.
No, my bad.
He gets...
Oh, kill credit to Steve.
Yeah.
Was picked up by Gilead.
Steve is the hero. Steve is the hero here.
Yeah.
He took it down.
I like it on range.
I like how the crowd is randomly trying to yell Steve, but just because he kills the Rift Herald.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to yell anymore. I like it on range junglers just because you can actually help taking down towers. Walk up, swap to human form, get some autos down, get that attack speed on those minions, Deficio.
Hey, you get movement speed as well in the jungle. Recall timing is good for you, so you can get faster back out and tell. Like, look how fast he destroyed that camp. Obviously all about the Rift Herald for him.
It is.
Look at that movement speed. Look how quick he is.
Flying. Boots of swiftness have nothing to do with that. 431 MS.
And everyone destroys the Rift Scope.
I've decided I want Ica to buy an Hourglass, and then I want Steve to deliver him to the back line. Audrey's got Flash and Arcane.
Oh, come on, Mad Life him.
No Mad Life today.
He tried.
I promised the Q would not hit. But yes, so Ica, Hourglass.
I think that's why he renamed. But
I want him to get inside Steve's belly, and then I want the Abyssal Voyage to deliver
you want to get inside?
No. I want Ica and Morgana to do it. And then arrive with Soul Shackles and Hourglass. I think that's a beautiful engage combo. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it would be pretty sick. Except to get that misplay where you Hourglass first and you forget to click the Morgana ulti.
Oh, that's what I would do.
And then he just looks
right.
Let's see what Steve can do.
Is hungry. Who's in trouble? Flash for flash. Steve is going to nom him. Lines up the Dark Binding and first blood to Elements.
Loves the skin choice as well, because we know Steve loves to bake cookies. Gets the chef Tahm Kench, gets the first kill. This is what Elements needed. We talked a little bit about how, again, put Tahm Kench in the Shen lane. They have doubles, they have globals against each other. Kallisto's pushing up bot. So you spread out Giants. You see Adri now running from bot side. That opens up for you to get a few hits on mid tower. Always just a few hits. You got Rift Herald. This is great from Elements.
Oh, Godfrey's coming in, as is Atom. The pillar's already down. A flash taunt will keep Steve under pressure. Grey health comes up and he's rooted in place by the gravity field. They've traded top laner for top laner, as it's a ninja for a fish. And Giants, they managed to defend the tower ever so slightly.
Still very, very low, so it's just one more push from Elements. You can now reset. As long as Ica is here when the wave is grouped, he can do it very easily.
There's no mana, he's just used to
it. A little bit.
Well, it's going to be a little difficult, but as you mentioned, that pool comes down. Dark Binding connects onto Ku. Ica again, low on mana.
Oh, Ku is going to hate himself for that one. He fired the smoke screen just as the binding hit him, so the tower aggroed him, and you just get killed on the turret. It's one of those mistakes you make once every second game, probably. No, it's just one of those mistakes you never really normally make, or in solo queue you just laugh at it, but on stage it's really, really annoying, and it does end up costing you, because tower stays alive for Elements, minions are down, they can now reset the map, fan out again, put Steve top, Kalista bot lane, or well, if Adam is bot, you put Tahm Kench bot, and you just do exactly the same, because once you push in every single lane, it is so easy to move into the enemy jungle and just rush in. He's killing minions!
Anyway, they've got themselves a 2,000 gold lead, and they have fanned themselves out across the map. Teleport for Ica and Steve available, so if Giants look to set something up, Elements can respond.
Yes, they can. I think Steve might have a lot of gold though, so you just want to get it one more wave and go back. I'm lying to everyone, he has 500 gold.
It's not even us. It's not even us anymore.
Anyway, Trevor, we will not lose focus.
Maybe we should call him Alan.
Alan!
That might avoid some of the problems that we have. But take a look at the grouping here for Giants. They are now got a 3-man stack in the middle lane. Atom, Stand United available.
I wanted to say this like 10 minutes ago, but basically, you said in Champ Select how, you know, Elements are lacking a bit of wave clear, and definitely agree on it. And like Morgana wave clear, it is such a scam, because you think, oh man, it's awesome wave clear, I'm just gonna clear this wave. The problem is, when the wave is running in a straight line and you put down the pool, it does almost nothing. So you need the wave to be grouped either with the minions or at the tower, and then by the time it dies, the enemy team has already got a few hits in your tower. So it is kind of annoying wave clear. Gilius, that was a flash cocoon?
It was an attempted flash cocoon. Did not hit the broadside of a barn, and that means Giants can disengage comfortably.
Elements is just a little bit too quick rushing mid lane, because that makes it too easy for Giants just to sit with wave clear. 1 or 2 lasers from Victor, Iceborne Gauntlet from Ezreal, and that wave is dead. So you need to fan out, because you need to push or force Giants to send someone without TP to a side lane, and then you move in, because you have Kalista, who are so strong in the 1v1.
So let's go back to the scam, Tormented Soil, wave clear from Ica. It's either fantastic when they're grouped under the tower, or it's fail if they're not. Good damage there from Audrey onto Ica, as Elements will secure Dragon number 1. Continue to back away. I'm just good aim at the moment. He finished the Iceborne first, still stacking up that tier.
Yeah.
It is still powering up, 652, almost capped.
I haven't decided with myself if I like that build path too much.
Tell me why.
It depends on a lot of things. It is a little bit stronger straight as you get the Iceborne Gauntlet for your team, because again, you want the utility from it, you want the cooldown reduction, so it makes you very slippery, and like this is what they're trying to do with it. But when you have the Mana Moonade plus Sheen, that's a lot more damage, which is now obviously going to be delayed with the way he's building. But he most likely just wanted a lot of the utilities the Iceborne Gauntlet offered very quickly to start grouping, because it was a lane swap and the outer turrets went down so fast. And obviously it wasn't really straight up laning here at any point in the game.
maybe he got worried he was going to face Mr. Rolls. The Rift Scuttler loses his patience with Elements, goes back to the pits, and then will re-aggro, continue to take him down. So this will be the second Scuttler they have secured. This time
it is a Rift Herald though. He's an evolved Rift Scuttler. I've never played Pokemon.
Scuttler. Not for a long time, Deficio.
It's one of my guilty pleasures. Sometimes
Isn't that hard to believe?
Sometimes going out, I just like.
I don't see you
I
as a
just
Pokemon kind of guy.
No, it's just like sometimes if you're a little bit bored, you know, you can just power through like the original Pokemon with the 150 guys or 155 or whatever it is.
151. See, this is how I know
151.
you're
Yeah,
alive.
that's what I mean.
I know you're like.
It's been a while, but it's happened. It happened.
Yeah. Fine, yeah. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt.
Just get Starmie. It's super OP.
Take a look. That's him. It's caught out by the Dark Binding and several ticks of the soil. Actually chunks him down to about half health, but he's got no MR to speak of.
The tower's just laughing at Elements. Look at that. One hit. Anyone.
Let's see. How quickly will it take to go down?
36 HP.
Lady the Ruin King and... Oh, come on. Even the observers? Oh. Right, tower will go down shortly. Look at the buff from the Rift Herald.
So no damage, you know, really done for Elements. The fact that it took a while to do it. They could have done a little more optimal, but anyway, they get the tower down. They have to push on another one because Adam is sitting in the lane. And Giants is just very slow directed. That's a fail.
Adam did not connect with the skill shots, and that means Elements can just walk away. Steve licks Coup. That will be a big chunk before he has to
Esport's out of context.
walk away. And Elements now are continuing to maintain, dare I say, control. It's a 3,000 gold lead.
Sure.
They've got multiple heralds. They're pushing Giants and forcing Giants to react, but those missed engages, you're starting to see the limited engage power from both comps, and just how difficult it is actually to get kills, and then the follow-up objectives.
And when Giants had chances to punish Elements, for the somewhat sloppy way they've been playing out the early to mid game with how strong they had the side lanes with Kalista and so on, they haven't been able to punish them because they've then been misplaying mechanically. Missing some taunts here and there, Coup getting caught out in the river, dying, giving first blood, and so... I was about to say and so on, but I've been told not to say that anymore. By my lovely girlfriend.
Oh, okay. Why not? Why not let say it?
I'm actually lying. It was someone on Twitter who told me not to say it, but...
Oh, actual girlfriend is like that then. Take a look at the CS difference. Peppy is plus 39, continuing to grow over Ica. At 20 minutes, Ica was actually down 18 CS, so all of this farm that's been funneled into Peppy over and over and over for the last 10 minutes has allowed him to accelerate ahead. But he's just looking for those picks. So let's see. Godfred, Binding, Death Sentence, Cocoon, and nothing else to follow. So no kill, really. On a support with only HP.
Well, still, they get him back into base, and that's all Elements are looking for, to continue just pushing up the lanes. And as long as Giants can't engage, it's just a matter of time before Elements does land a Binding or a Cocoon or Hook or whatever and kill someone. So they just keep playing it super slow paced, and because Giants are not really doing anything in return, you can keep doing it. The problem is just the scaling of Victor and Israel.
Yeah.
Because we have fully stacked TNF from Adri. Peppy has just been farming mid lane. I like his build path. Actually, the fact he doesn't fully upgrade his Hex Core very early anymore. Some of the changes that happened to it was it got more scaling per level as a base item, so you didn't have to fully upgrade it to get a ton of AP now. And you can just kind of let it sit there, get some other items first, and then upgrade a little bit later, and you still get that full AP amount late game, which is higher than it was before. So, Giants have missed a few opportunities, but they're not too far behind, by any means, to still really make an impact in the first team fight.
And if one of those CCs actually does connect, the Gravity Field or a Taunt from Giants, they can very easily pick up some steam, pick up a team fight win. But they need to be in the right place at the right time, and currently, Giants do not have the support needed. Elements are going to sneak a tower away, and Giants are caught napping. Wrong place, wrong time. There's a blue buff available for steal as well. This is the third steal of the game.
Yeah.
I feel
like Elements is just stealing candy from a baby. Because they just walk straight in, and it's like, oh, okay, here's Shen sitting on his own. Kill tower. And then walk away.
Exactly like that. That's how plays are.
I feel like I just play-by-played it.
You did.
They don't have any dragons though, except, well, they have one dragon, so they don't have the chance to really go 5 dragons.
It hasn't spawned yet, Deficio.
No. It has spawned a few times.
Blue buff secured by Ica, I believe.
He's stuck in the wall.
By the pillar, forced to flash over the wall. Look at the collapse. Elements are looking for blood. Sprattle's going to get chunked out, and that's an arcane shift forward. The collateral damage does not secure a kill, and Atom has arrived. He needs to connect with the taunt. There's no flash available, and still nobody goes down. Steve gobbles a minion and spits it back out in Giants' way in their general direction, telling them they smell of elderberries as Giants start off the Baron, trying to force a response from Gilius. No smite threat, and the rest of Elements slow to respond, but there's just not enough damage at this point in time, and Giants back away.
Still pretty early in the game for Giants. I like the move though, realizing they had lost the top tower. Oh, sorry, the bottom lane tower, and they rushed in on the other side of the map to create a play. Ico is standing there being pulled up. There's no pink ward now there is from Elements, so they see the ward. They do have Kalista, but it's only Godfrey who went back to base. Rest of Giants is coming around. This can be very, very risky for Elements. If they get caught in here with all the AoE from Peppy, and he's only hitting Steve.
This could make or break the fight. Peppy's managed to force Elements away. Riles has stacked up a lot into the Baron before he's forced to recall away. The gravity field's on the floor. Elements have successfully disengaged. Now they feel there is an opportunity. Ku is sitting close to the left-hand flank of the team fight. He's a little bit split up. He's going to dash away. Teleport coming in from Steve. Ku's managed to pick up a kill onto Sprattle, as now Ica's in the back line. Soul Shackles is up. There's no hourglass yet, so he will go down. And he teleported in to donate gold to Audrey. Flash forward for Godfrey. He puts up the trophy for looks, and it won't slow anybody down. The Giants find themselves 2 kills. Flash for flash, I suppose. And overall, it's Giants now with the pressure. They're going to look to take an inner turret, and maybe more.
It all starts with both teams being somewhat desperate, starting up the Baron, trying to either force a fight to see if maybe they can sneak it away, but they get stopped. Giants walks in here, and it's actually disengaged until Ica is calling he can teleport in behind. But because there's no engage to set up Ica, he just kind of runs at them, pops his ulti, and they run away from him. And then they turn around and kill him. So there's no setup. Like, look at the fight again here. So Adri gets hit, and Ica right now is communicating to his team I can TP in. But because there's no engage from Elements at all, there's no one who can, like, set up the team, lock someone down before the ulti from Morgana, so it's too easy to escape from it, and it's just a very easy kill for Giants.
Second of the fight, Baron was not secured. Elements still maintain a small gold lead. They got their second dragon this year while we were in that replay. So we're on track for Aspect.
Yeah, sure.
Trying to be optimistic here. But the scary thing is these team fights become more and more punishing. We're almost 30 minutes into the game, so death timers are going to start ticking up ever so slowly. So those misplays and those, poor teleports can become game-changing.
Yeah, I just want to see Ku now get more from Mortius as well coming in. It is such a powerful item, especially against multiple AP damage dealers like Steve's AP damage, you got Gilius, you got Morgana, so it's such a key item for him. You can just get Roccat on your support anyway. And the thing is, Giants' late game in these 5-on-5 team fights have so much damage and have an okay front line. Have a good front line in Shen. Then you have a Bruiser in the Graves, and even Trundle when he's doing some stats. Like, it becomes pretty difficult to kill these guys. And you have 2 great damage dealers in the late game. So I really like Giants' comp against what Elements have put on the table here when we get to the late game. And because Elements have been so slow-paced, Giants have been allowed to honestly sit and farm up.
Yeah.
And they have 5 towers as well.
I mean, look at the CS. Peppy, 260 to Ica's 196. Continuing to grow further and further. True Shot Barrage.
Black Shield
across. Black Shield is down, but look at the minion wave. It will get cleared. Wow! Collateral damage and end of the line puts the Death down. Steve is in trouble, or not. He's looking to create trouble. Atom is now on the front line. Steve going to be forced to pop this grey health. He's managed to swallow Atom. He's waddling towards the tower. Elements are running low, and it's Ku that gets dropped. He's the first victim. Thanks to Ica. Ica's holding on to his Soul Shackles and his Flash, but without a Dark Binding connecting, nothing further comes of it. And all of a sudden, Giants they're the ones that lose a member.
Again, there are these very, very sloppy, slow-paced fights. Nobody really dies. Giants is trying to disengage at first. Elements doesn't really have the damage to kill anyone. Ica again didn't get to use his ulti in that big fight. Adri? Oh, close.
Black Shield. It wasn't so much AP on Ica. Next level would have killed him.
You are 100% correct.
Hourglass is getting closer and closer for Ica. 1,600 gold. I actually think he's got enough to finish it.
It's still going to be such an odd item for him to use. Because again, he jumps in, he pops his ulti, and then he pops Hourglass.
And then everyone runs away.
And everyone is already running away from him.
Yeah.
So...
But if it buys enough time for Steve to stick to somebody like Ku, like Peppy, who...
That's the setup we need to see, right? We need to see one of these single target CCs land first, and that sets up the engage. So it's Steve coming into the back line. Ku already dealt all the burst damage he could. And Adri is getting caught out a little bit, so he's forced to jump over the wall. And we just see this fight where Giants, they don't want to rush into tower. And Elements, they know they have to constantly be super afraid of the damage that can come from Giants. Because there's a lot of burst with the Graves as well.
We need to see how Giants get some control back. They're still down. And that last push was decent. Tongue Lash in apply for a Mystic Shot. And our Giants, they grouped up in this middle lane. Ica, teleport available. Minion wave being pushed down bottom. So Atom will be looking to stand United in. And Adri's getting closer to Blade of the Rune King. So this late game Ezreal is continuing to get stronger and stronger.
Yep.
And even more frustrating to deal with.
And right now, Peppy on the Victor, full upgrade Hex Core. He's sitting on 600 AP, 30 minutes in. So if Mr. Rales mispositions, he gets one shot basically.
Let's see if Mr. Rales can play well. Blade of the Rune King was used, rather, Ghost Blade on Ku. Now, Atom's been caught by the death sentence, but it's Mega Tank v Mega Tank. Steve has been taunted. He comes out of the taunt and pops the Grey Helm. Defensively flashes, and the Chaos Storm will pick up a kill into Sparkle with the help of that collateral damage. They're trading kills back and forth. Supports are down, and Mr. Rales was out of position. He gets gobbled by Steve, and the waddle to safety. Steve will tongue lash Ku. The smoke screen comes out, and Atom misses both. The Vorpal Blades plus Auto will secure the kill. And Steve is going to waddle away. Now Ku, he takes two turrets. He's down to single-digit HP. Manages to get away. And the survives.
Oh, that was so
Face
close.
of the mountain from Godfred saves Ku's life. Elements lose 3, and Giants just knock on the front door before they walk away.
Peppy went pretty ham in that fight. After he saw an opening, he just flashed in, used everything, and ended up dying. But the rest of Giants still, this late game is very, very strong for them. Let's see it again. End up getting a lot of damage, end of the line, procs twice, get some good burst. Look at the death ray coming in from Peppy as well. Rales is completely zoned away from the rest of his team, so he can't deal any damage. And now Peppy, what is it he sees? He sees Spraddle low, Steve low, he flashes in, does get a kill, but then dies. Ica gets an okay ulti off, but again, very difficult for Ica to do anything in these fights.
If I were to pick an area not to fight against Graves, Victor, Trundle, that would be it. That was unfortunate from Atom. I think he felt his character model was larger than it actually was. But you cannot afford to have those mistakes if you want
Look at this spider.
If you want to take more.
This is why this spider is demoted to going in and dying and exploding instead of being Elise itself. Because it couldn't even do the job. It's awful.
I didn't even follow that.
You know, instead of Elise being the spider going in, she sends in the small spiders because they're not as good as her. You know, and they're just there to die, basically.
Okay, right, I follow. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I understand.
right,
I understand now. Okay.
It'll be you in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I'll get there. I'll get there. For Giants, they pick up a much-needed team fight victory. Their priorities around the Baron, if you look at the mini-map, so they're grouped up top while Steve and Rals easily secured their 3rd dragon of the game. 12 minutes away from Aspect.
5 dragons still.
12 minutes from Aspect.
Yeah, it's definitely can be a possibility. We talked about how, again, there's so much wave clear on Giant's side, and Elements were the ones who had to be proactive, something they don't do too well. Like, it does end up in these games where you're expecting the teams to reach late game.
So what is going to make or break it for these teams? We've talked a lot about the CC connecting and vision.
Yeah, I think honestly Elements has to create a pick. I think in a straight up 5-on-5 team fight, I don't really see them winning now, unless again we see a big misplay. But if they do manage to land 1 CC on a Giants member, again they have enough to lock him down and take him down. But that's the problem, when you're relying on someone so much on if if you land that one skill shot, then you can go in. Instead of it being like, I don't know, let's take Alessandra as an example. You claw in and you point on click. And like, you know you can lock someone down.
Yeah.
This is a skill shot into another skill shot, and you need to be in position to do it, where the rest of Giants is not there to help.
Yeah, and you need the Shen Stand United to not be enough, and you need Trundle not to interfere with the
See this TP.
So, Steve, he's teleported in. He's going to get the tongue lash down. Stand United has already been used onto Peppy just to bring Atom to the fight, and Elements are running away. So they traded a teleport cooldown for a Stand United. Hashtag not worth. And Giants are now grouping up and putting some pressure in reply to Elements.
Really, again, it's just so hard for Elements to start the fights. And as soon as you use teleport now against the Shen, he can just return to a side lane. You lost the fight, so you lose the map control around Baron. And that, again, is what you can do with the pick composition. If you get into Baron first and set up your control, you force them to walk in blind, and then you land the hook, and then you kill the target. The problem is now, that's not the case. Let's see what happens to Steve again, though.
Let's see. Steve, Gravity Field will root him in place. The rest of Elements are trying to set up. There's a TP into the back. It didn't work out for Ica last time. Black Shield is already there. Ardri is going to Arcane Shift over, and Ica with the Soul Shackles will root Ardri in place. It's a shutdown as Steve gets the kill. Now he gets caught by another Gravity Field. You can't escape it. He's going to devour Atom, push him forward to Mr. Rolls. Mr. Rolls is landing all of the Rins. Another kill to Steve as Atom goes down. Ica claps his hands, and Elements, a 2-for-1.
So Elements finally get the pick they needed. I don't think Giants expected that teleport to come in behind them, and everyone was just kind of caught out. Ku were trying to clear the pink ward earlier. And because of the AoE, he hit the Baron. So he took a lot of damage, so he was super low. Giants just got caught completely out of position. Let's see what they can do.
Peppy's got no ultimate available. The Storm's not there. Ku's in trouble. The barrier comes up from his Sterak's gauge, but it's just another kill to Elements. They're now 8-7 up, 3,000 gold in the lead. The pick that Elements needed, they found 3.
They did. Didn't get a Baron, though. So pushing for them is still going to be a little bit difficult. Now you have 2 teleports down. No flash for Ica, which was very key before. You might see Elements say, you know what, guys, just wait for another dragon. Chill out a little bit. Actually, no, what am I talking about? Because Ku's still dead. Just go Baron.
Yeah.
Just rush Baron now and take the fight.
You've got Smite and you have Callista. It'll make it at least a 65-35.
Giants should just give this one up. Just give it up. Don't risk.
Giants will not heed your warning, Defizio.
Peppy's out of mana.
Grouped up. Chaos Storm not available either. 600, and it's secured by Elements. Baron could be the tool that allows them to break open Giants' base.
Yes, because now it gets a lot easier for you to start pushing in. You have so much damage coming from range with Callista, Morgana, even Elise. These towers will drop fairly quickly. Tier 2 towers, Tier 3 towers being a little bit weaker. Though technically the Tier 2 tower in mid lane now, because it's been standing there for over 30 minutes or 15 minutes just stacking up armor on MR, is, I believe, like 5% stronger than last year. I don't think Elements cares about that at all. You can just push in, get that one down, get to inhibitors. They're weaker than last year. Super easy to take them down. Just gotta respect the flash taunt that can come in from Adam, even though he hasn't hit one yet. There's no cleanse. There is a QSS for Rallis. I like that a lot, but this is the last remaining Tier 2 tower. Easy peasy.
So 6 towers taken in favor of Elements. Minutes until this next dragon, so they can use Baron to siege as long as possible and safely back away. Dragon number 4. Let's now effectively take this tower down, because as you highlighted and picked some bans to Callista, not the greatest when it comes to sieging. Short range and a lot of threat on the side of Giants. Enough minions to work with. So Baron and Power minions all the way up on the front. Steve, over 4,000 hit points.
Need a banner to stop that magic damage from killing the poor minions.
Well, let's hope somebody picks it up. Rodford's got caught. CC's been chained back and forth, but Cocoon went to the left, so no real follow-up threat. Godfrey should be able to heal up and make it back in time for at least the next wave. Ardri, True Shot Barrage will be up in a couple more Mystic shots. Continue to cool down, but look at the damage Mr. Rolls has taken. Simply too much. Just a few autos. As well as those Mystics. Ku chasing forward. Collateral damage is available. End of the line bounces backwards and does not find a member of Elements to tag. But Giants lost the inhibitor turret. It is exposed. And Elements got stopped.
Elements have flash. Ready again for Ica. Rekkles has his flash up. Very important for this next potential fight. If I can get into that back line. Steve doesn't care anymore. He's just too tanky anyways. Running around trying to poke away. Rekkles taking some damage, has the BT shield, and that's an inhibitor.
Inhibitor is secured. Atom was caught up by the Death Sentence, but that's the one target you truly do not want to hit. Steve will devour Sprong and Elements with the last 30-odd seconds of Baron.
They have a big wave bot lane and top lane.
Bottom, so they're not going for Dragon yet.
Oh, Giants!
Trouble! The Cocoon finds Peppy! He cleanses it, but it will not matter! Sprong does not manage to find the Flayer's Coup, will dash away. He's flashed for safety. Steve is chasing all the way forward. Devours Coup, and Mr. Oz is here to follow up. That's a double! Now they're pushing forward. The second inhibitor turret is being pushed out as Death Sentence finds Godfred. He's going to get away with his life, but Elements, they may have enough to finish the game. There's minions pouring into the base. And the primary wave clear from Pepinero's Victor, it's not there.
Again, you still have the Baron buff. Just keep pushing in. 2 guys are dead from Giants. Steve can tank the towers if needed. You got minions. You got everything you need.
All on Audrey and Atom. Atom's got his flash available and the taunt. Mystic Shot connects. Ike is being dropped. And the Death Sentence finds Audrey. He's flashed away, but he will not survive. Mr. Oz is on a killing spree, 5-1 and 4. Atom's doing the best he can to delay, but it will not matter. Nexus turret number 2 falls, and after 40 minutes, Elements strangle Giants off the rift.
I feel like we've seen this before from Giants. We're sitting here talking about, oh, you know, Vector scale up to late game. Blue build Israel is...
I just got right there. Now you might think, hey, that's kind of pointless, getting a forager like that. But you have to realize that even if I just sold this, I just increased that by like 20 times, you know. What's the value of these now? Yeah, it's, oh, well, it's still 30, but it was 10 before, so I've tripled that. And, oh, sweet, my athletics skill went up again. So I can sell those. It helps my mysticism go up. It helps my enchanting go up because I will have to enchant in order to... Well, that's what you need in order to enchant. You need the soul gems. Filled soul gems. I don't like the sound of this at all. Where am I going? This is what the journal said, right? I should cross the bridge northeast of the forest and continue east until I reach the lake. Okay, and then it's just south of the lake. I am going east, aren't I? Going vaguely east. Oh, but I have to descend into the depths here. And this kind of scares me. What is that in the Oh, it's a rat. Keep hearing noises. I'm not sure if it's just the ambient noise or if it's, you know, an enemy sneaking up on me. Usually the battle music comes in and I have that pretty much well identified, so I know when I'm in battle, so to speak. Why can I not kill this rat? Like, there we go. It's still not dead? There it goes. Jeez. Yeah, the battle system in this game, it's, you know, point and shoot and shoot and shoot and shoot and just hope. Hope that you eventually get something. Another rat. Oh, my heavy armor went up because I got hit so many times by these fucking rats. This one had 2 rat meats on it. Okay. See, that is not battle music. Okay, I know better than to go to a dungeon around here, considering how many enemies there are. Holy crap. How many... I was about to say, how many cliff racers are there, but... Finally, one of them is aggroed on me enough to come down. These guys weren't too difficult last time, if you remember. You know, it just occurred to me that my sword is not doing the fire damage that it says that it is. Maybe... Seriously, kill this. Kill that thing. So, I might have failed in my enchanting of it. Let me... On touch. Is there like an on strike? Make an enchanted item. Alright, well I'm gonna have to look into this more later. But I might have set that up improperly. You have to forgive me. It is my first time trying to enchant shit. But, yeah, it's definitely not doing the damage that I thought it would be doing. There's a lot of work I put into that, too. Sweet, Longblade goes up again. How close are we to level 6 now? Halfway there, halfway there. Honestly thought I was a little closer than that, but that's okay. Seriously? Okay. Which way's east? This way's east. You can kind of see the mini-map. I know I can see it because I have this full screen. But if you don't have it full screen, just trust me, there's a mini-map in the bottom there. Yeah, I knew the battle music started. Die! Die, Cliff Racer! Seriously, die! I don't have time to try to trap your soul, but apparently I did if I started at the beginning. Come on! I just need one hit. One hit! That's all I'm asking. There it goes. There it goes. That lands right on top of me. Awesome. Let's heal myself again. I failed to cast. Jeez. There we go. I'm getting my spells all mixed up. I failed that one anyway, too. There we go. There we go. These guys, these are like the loudest fucking things ever, these scribs. You guys can clearly hear that. I know you can. But they don't even attack you. Those are probably the scariest things in the whole game, because every time I hear one, I'm like, holy shit, what's coming at me? Oh, it's one of those things again. Alright, I'm done here. Where am I going? Lagmar? Yeah, we're still going east, which I guess is this way. Yeah, we're going this way. So, yes, this place that looks like death. Apparently you can go through here at level 5. There we go. Die. Because all there are here are rats, cliff racers, and foragers so far. Oh, it's on me. Yeah, it is. Anything else coming? Nope, just you. Come on, come down here. Come down here so I can kill you. Die! Like, seriously, I'm at over 30 on my longsword. What did I say, like 36? And I'm still, like, not even hitting a third of the time. Just die! Why can't I hit anything? There we go. There we go. I didn't even have anything anyway. What is my longsword now? Yeah, long blade, I should say. It's 36. And I still can't hit for shit. How high do I have to go? You know, I went and got training in the Fighters Guild on this. I think I got like 4 or 5 trainings on that. I don't even remember. Okay. Yeah, we'll pick up the Fire Fern, because I've never heard of that before and haven't seen it before, so I'm gonna pick that up. God, I hope this is the right way. I see another rat. More cliff racers in the distance, but first this rat. Surely the lava pits around me do not mean certain doom. Die, rats! Die! There we go. I'm not bothering getting the soul gems filled up right now because, well, these things suck. And I have plenty. You know, I stole some from her, whatever her name was, at the top of the Mages Guild. Oh, it's another rat! I'm getting double teamed by a rat and a diva. Where'd this rat come from? Down this goes. What the hell? Die! If nothing else, I am getting long sword training and long blade. Sorry. Same thing. Same thing. Whatever. Long blade training in. You know, I might have to use a Restore Magicka soon. But I still think we're going the right way. You know, we are headed east. I just hope that I don't end up... These guys come out of nowhere! Come on, one more. The last one always takes forever. Oh, what? How did that not kill him? Just die already. Just die. There he goes. Down goes the Cliff Racer. Now we'll take your little thing, whatever it was. Do I have enough Magicka? I do, just barely. Next time I need to use that, I will need to restore some of my Magicka. Anybody else coming for me? No. Okay. This guy's gonna come for me, though. He is way too close. Way too close to not come for me. You know what I mean? Okay, I don't know what's going on there. It looks like a little infinite geyser. Another scrib over there. Okay. Oh, there's a rat! Die! Like, how come, like... What else is coming for me? Oh, that scrib, you can... If you're full screen, you can see that thing in the distance. That thing is making the noise. Holy crap, what the hell? Why is that so far away, but still making so much noise? I think I still want to go this way. I said all the way to the lake. I don't see no lake yet. So, we're going to keep going east. Oh! Here's the lake! Are you guys going to come at me, Iguars? No. Okay. I'm not going to chase them down. I see another one in the distance over there. I don't see anything headed my way, which is probably a good sign. Where are we here? Oh, we've made it to Mirandus. So let's go into this little town. I assume there's a town here somewhere. They will let me in. Where's the entrance? No, seriously. There's no way it's around the back. So it's got to be on this side. Where is the entrance to your city? Oh, what the hell? This is a huge-ass fucking town. Is this... No, that's nothing. Oh, here's some stairs. Here we go. Let's go inside here. Hopefully they do not want to kill me. Are you going to kill me? Please say no. I'll put my sword away.
Why are you here?
How you doing? You have nothing to say. I'm here because I was told to come here. Let me drop a save just in case, because